everybody. Welcome. You ready for your first quiz?
Yeah.
Yeah! Let's do it! Alright, put all your pencils and pens away. I don't want to see any writing implements. I just want you to turn to each other and answer the questions I'm going to put on the screen. Simultaneous to that, while you're talking, I'm going to throw a balloon in the air. It must stay in the air. If it hits the ground, you get F's. Understand? Alright, here are your questions. Here's the balloon. Go, start talking to each other. Solve the problem. Keep going. First 5 minutes of this class was you talking to each other.
Because you get to know each other?
Get to know each other? Wait a second. Oh, okay, wait. Half of you already know each other, right?
No.
You don't see anybody here from 4A? 4C? Yeah? Yes? Yeah, right? I'm the only new person in here. I mean, okay, so how many of you had 4A last semester here? Yeah, okay. I mean, you've had 4C last semester here. Okay, right? So, how many of you are coming from somewhere else? Doesn't matter what class you have before. Yeah, okay, right? So, majority of you are kind of here, right? So you get a little bit of a feel. How many of you had Dr. Kerfit? Yeah, right? And the rest of you had, was it Mr. Trelawney teaching last semester, right? So yeah, I know you guys are vaguely familiar with each other and you've survived 4A, so you're already just jaded and all that kind of stuff. But getting to know each other, I mean, did you need each other in 4A? Right? Some of you are like, that person's the reason I passed, right? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's real. Okay. So yeah, you need it, but actually that's not why I wanted you talking to each other in person. I haven't even introduced myself yet. Why would I have you guys talk to each other first?
Get comfortable.
This is physics. You don't get comfortable with physics. No, I mean these are good answers. One thing you should never do as a teacher is fish for an answer. Right? As a teacher, if you know there's only one correct answer, you should never put your students sort of on the hook for figuring out. But that's what I'm doing right now, I'm fishing for the answer. So, what's the answer? Don't be afraid to be wrong.
We're going to help each other more than, well, we're going to learn from each other more than from you.
Golly, I hope so.
We needed 5 minutes to pass.
Yeah. I needed the 5 minutes to pass because I'm really an English teacher and I have no idea what I'm doing in here and I just need to kill time.
Yeah.
Figured it out yet. Keep going. You've been through 4A. You know you're supposed to fail over and over and over again before you get it right.
Because most commonly we're antisocial or introverts.
Right, right? STEM fields, right? Engineers, biology, all that kind of stuff, right? So we're gonna, we need help with this whole social skill thing. Social media not equal social skill, right? No, I mean, these are all good side effects of what you just did, but they're not the reason. I'll let y'all flip this out. Okay. How many of you have ever had class where you walk in and the first day for an hour and 15 minutes the teacher tells you how interactive the class is going to be? And never once has you interact with each other or with them? Been there? Done that? What's the first thing you did in my class? You talk to each other, not me. Right? I'm not the focus. You are. Why are you going to be interacting with each other in lecture? Like of all places, what's lecture supposed to be? Because it's always to learn. You guys know that, right? What are you here to do? Oh my God, okay, we got a problem. Right, okay. Here's the secret of college, okay? You are here to learn how to learn. The fact that we're teaching you physics, engineering, all this stuff, sure, great, you go off and do that stuff, right? But if you learn how to learn, what are you going to be able to do for the rest of your career? Learn. You don't come out of college knowing squat. You think you know something. Hey, look, I got a degree. Okay? But if you can learn how to learn, problem solve, now you're winning. Okay? So, how do you know when you know something? I'm going to use a different word. If you can teach it to somebody else. So why do I want you teaching each other in lecture? Less for me to do. Yeah, it's the best way to learn, right? So yeah, there's going to be a lot of me presenting information because you don't know stuff and I got to teach you some around all that kind of stuff, right? But there's going to be lots of times where I'm going to say, okay, now turn to each other and do this thing. Turn to each other and explain this. Turn to each other and try this problem. If you turn to somebody, you open your mouth and nothing comes out, what do you know? You don't know anything. Now, is that okay? Yes! That is great! Because now that you don't know something, what do you know you need to go do? Know something. Right? Knowing is how you know stuff. Should always be a moment when you're learning something new where you go, I have no idea what's going on. It's the start. What happens next is the magic, right? Do you engage? Do you go for it? Do you not let it beat you? Do you learn how to learn? That's what we're here to do, right? And so if you turn to your neighbor and you open your mouth and, I don't know, Nobel Prize winning physics falls out, what do you now know? You're possessed. No. You know that you know something. If you can communicate it to another human being so that they understand, not just you, now we're doing science. That's why I wanted you interacting with each other first. So that maybe, just maybe, I know, old white guy, you're not going to believe anything I say. When I say that my class is interactive and you are going to be talking to each other, do you believe me a little bit? Maybe a little. You'll say anything to get in there, I know. Right? But you have experienced it. First thing. Hi, I'm Mr. Balogh. Here at Fresno City College. I love physics. I'm a nerd. Where were you born? I need to know some things about you. Where were you born? Shout them out. Fresno. Modesto. Lancaster. Every single time. This always goes geographically further away. I don't understand it. We start in Fresno, we just work our way out to the rest of the universe. So keep going. Los Angeles. Orange County. By the way, it's not a contest. Right? We're how far away? Where are we from? India. Cambodia. Come on, where are you from? Don't be shy. No? I love Fresno City College. We have so many people from so many different places. It's amazing. It is so cool. I love it. What's your favorite thing to do?
Video games.
Yes! Oh my gosh. Path of Exile, new season happened a couple weeks ago. Diablo 4, season 5 is happening right now. I can't wait for the expansion. Yes! If I'm not playing those games, I'm playing Flight Simulator. What else?
Like to sleep.
Sleep? Yeah. Or did you say lack of sleep?
I like to sleep.
You like to sleep, but lack of sleep is your favorite? No.
Rock climb.
I used to do that, and then I got arthritis in my neck. Okay? And I got to the point where doing this on belay, and the room would spin. So I took myself out of rock climbing before rock climbing took me out. Because I was not going to put another human being's life into my hands if I was sitting there struggling how to get my piece of equipment into the crack correctly. So, yeah. There's some really good drugs out there to correct that kind of thing, but they make it so that you are a little bit fuzzy. And you do not want to be a little bit fuzzy when you're 600 feet off the valley floor trying to figure out how not to hit the ground.
Did you climb Yosemite?
Yeah. I'm a trad dad, or at least I was. I've supported all the shirts that said sport climbing is neither. Anybody that knows climbing is now offended. All right. So, what else do you like to do? Draw. Oh, drive. Like as it you drift? No. Yeah.
I can run.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Music? Musicians? Yeah? Dancers? Snowboarding? Wrong time of year, but yeah. Hopefully, fingers crossed that we get some moisture, right? Always makes skiers and snowboarders happy, but makes the rest of California happy too. All right, let's get to the really important. Favorite place to eat in Fresno? that is not your mom or your grandmother's house, because I'm not allowed to go there.
Tacos Tijuana?
What is it?
Tacos Tijuana?
Tacos. I don't know this place.
Right across from In-N-Out on Blackstone and Ashland.
Really? Okay, there we go. Okay, thank you. Where else?
There's a new pizza spot I've been doing that's on Shaw and Fresno called Hot Rod Wiley. Called Hot Rod Willie.
Hot Rod Willie?
Yeah.
Pizza?
Yeah.
Nice. Where else?
Hayashi Ramen,
Where is that?
in Clovis, on Hernandez Dollar.
Spell it for me.
Hayashi, I don't know how to spell it.
H-I-A-Y-A-S-H-I. I'm gonna go with that. Ramen. They do like me. These are fighting words. Now, if you want to drop, it's okay. I think pho is better. Good ramen's good, but like a bad pho is like better than like any ramen I've ever had. I don't know. I did not know pho before I came to Fresno. Didn't know it existed. Could eat it for a smell. Like I love that stuff. Why am I writing these down? I need date ideas from my wife. I've been married for 28 years. I need help. Yeah.
One of my favorite breakfast places to go is BJ's Country Kitchen.
Okay, I've never been there. We don't do a lot of breakfast places, but if we ever do, I've got it on the list now. Breakfast. Yeah. Somebody raise a hand? No?
Little fat dumpling.
Okay, so I go there, but not for their dumplings. My wife loves their dumplings. That's because unfortunately, I know there's places in San Francisco that have a lot better dumplings, but that's kind of a far place to go. They're decent. They're good. They're good. But I'll typically get one of their other dishes. Their noodles, they're dope. Their noodles, fresh. It's good. All right. If you come up with any more, email me because, like I said, I need stuff for the list. Like seriously, it used to be that I'd come home and my wife would be like, "Are you okay? Did they hurt you? How did it go?" That kind of stuff. And now I come home and first thing, not even "How are you? Welcome home." It's "What did they say? What did your students say about where we're going to go eat?" What? Why are you here? Yeah, because somebody made you be here, right? Somebody said that you had to sit in this seat. If you want to grow up, you got to go through physics for ABC, whatever, right? Okay? I know that, so I'm just going to make it as hard as possible on you. No, physics does that all by itself, right? Okay? No, I get it. You don't want to be here. Hey, it's not 8 o'clock. Right? It's not 8 o'clock. Just think of the poor, struggling 4A students. You were one once. They look so cute now, don't they? Now that you know. Be nice to them, right? They're coming out of here as you're coming in, right? Don't scare them, right? You know what's ahead for them. Be nice, right? So I know you're here, but more importantly, like why are you here? Like as in the future. What are your majors? What are you trying to do? Astrophysics.
Electrical engineering.
Computer science.
Journalism.
Journalism. Let's go through all the engineering. Mechanicals, and then electricals, and civils, and chemicals. Oh, I can't make any chemical engineering jokes. Okay. I missed one. Aeronautical engineering. One or two sometimes. Did I miss any in engineering? Geomatics. Yeah. Bioengineering. Biomedical. Yeah. Okay, then chemistries. One of you, two of you. Okay, congratulations. Biology. Yeah, we do get a few bio majors in here because more and more bio programs are requiring the calculus-based physics. French literature of the 14th century. Okay, good. All right, English. Yeah, okay, good. I did have one once. Raise his hand. And I'm like, are you kidding me? He's like, no. I'm an English major. I want to take physics. Changed his major to physics with his hand nose to this one. Sometimes I have that effect. He would have done it without me, right? All right. So, what are you going to do with this education? Like what career-wise? What are you going to work on?
Computer chip design.
Uh-huh. How many of you don't know? Yeah, good. Right? You get to find out. College is a great place for that. Right? Okay? But how many of you are going to get a degree, like a bachelor's degree, and go into career, like work? Make the monies right away. Okay, so how many of you are going to go into graduate school, be it medical or extended? Yeah, right? Okay? So we've got a lot of different sort of career paths right in here, but they all share that same thing. It all comes back to STEM. So in your class, what are some things something that a teacher has done for you in the past that really, really helped you? Either to learn or be successful or something like that. Yeah.
Rounded my B to an A.
Rounded your B to an A? Did you take it from a 79.5 to an 89.5?
No.
Yeah, okay.
Didn't just talk at me, but involved me as well.
Yeah, get you thinking, get the gray matter going. Okay.
Made your concept tangible.
I'm sorry. You said computer chip design, right?
Yeah.
This is your class, and it's not tangible. Right? Like electric and magnetic fields, you can't. I mean, we can play with them, right? But you can't see them like. That's the problem with this class. This is why 4B is the hardest physics class we teach. It's not because we sit there and go, how hard can we make it? It's because electric and magnetic fields are hard. Now, whenever a physicist says, oh, that is so fun, that is code language for it is hard. Because we're stupid. We think hard is fun, right? There's something to figure out. But yeah, no, making it tangible, I think maybe more is make it sort of applicable and connect it to things that matter to you.
Applicable is correct.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Having the homework reflect the exams, or at least be a little bit more difficult than the exam.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's how my homework is designed, right? Make it harder. Yeah. So, yeah, we'll talk a little bit more about that later.
Notice to use a note sheet on the exam.
Note sheets on the exam. I do let that happen. We'll talk more about that. Sorry. I don't do extra credit because you don't want it. I promise you. Most times when a student asks for extra credit, they mean I want to do something easier than what I've been asked to do. Yeah, no, extra credit is okay. Go get a Nobel Prize. Talk to you later. But we're going to talk tomorrow about ways to succeed and why you won't need extra credit. Yeah. It is nice when you get help, right? Now, where's the majority of that homework help going to come from? You guys. Anybody that said ChatGPT, we need to talk, right? But yeah, it comes from each other. It comes from each other. We're back to that whole each other thing, aren't we? Okay. All right. Let's see here. Why spend the first 24 minutes of this class going over this kind of stuff? How important is it? It's very important. How am I going to know how to teach you if I don't know, okay, anything about you? And I think that turnabout is fair play, okay? And so for the next 4.5 minutes, I'm going to let you ask anything you want, and I will do my best to answer it truthfully as long as it doesn't compromise my safety or the safety of my family. I think that a lot of students now look at me like this. They didn't used to, but now I'm old, right? And I'm afraid that more of you tend to look at me like this. I'm going to snap my fingers and your career is over, right? Okay. I like to think I'm this. Doctor Who, congratulations, you get an A. Because Doctor Who is the best science fiction franchise of all time, and I speak as a certified nerd. Okay? It has beat Star Wars and Star Trek. If you haven't seen the 2005 Doctor Who. Okay, 4.5 minutes to ask anything you want. Yeah?
At what point did you realize you wanted to be
An educator? I knew I wanted to be a teacher when I was 15. I worked for the National Park Service. And I discovered that I had a talent for explaining the natural world. Now, I was working in Yosemite as a ranger, yes, at 15. I can tell you the whole story later, but which is very abnormal, by the way. And I was raised by a biologist and a meteorologist. And my sisters went into biology. I did not want to do biology. I was sick of biology. So I did physics instead. That's the short route. But before I knew I wanted to be a physicist, I knew I wanted to be a teacher. Because I can explain, I can't explain it. I have a talent. I will admit to it. It's not a false humility or anything. It's just this is what I'm good at. I thought I wanted to teach sociology. Because people are interesting to me. Not like individuals scare me, but like people in general, kind of interesting. I love seeing how people mess up their life. The thing with sociology is that they had all this weird math that they would lie with. It was called statistics. And something about human free will. And I don't know. Electrons just behave. Right? And I found out that my second love was asking why. Why do things happen the way that, what's the universe, why does it do that? I thought I wanted to be an engineer because I like working with my hands and building stuff, but I couldn't get the why out of my head. So, first, teacher. Oh, and by the way, not high school. I hated high school. If I taught high school, there would be blood on the walls. Mine, theirs, one or the other, but that's a bad situation, okay? So, and I knew I wanted to teach college. I also didn't want to do research for the rest of my life. I was good at it. I can do research. But it usually gets me talking to the same 5 people over and over again. I like teaching. It's my profession. Yeah?
Do you have a lucky bow tie?
A lucky one? I don't know, maybe this one, just because this is the one I always wear on the first day. Right? But yeah, nothing lucky per se. As a former climber, luck is not something I choose to depend on.
Do you take bribes?
No. Good question. I was very honest. Stoking my ego will not work.
Which doctor is your favorite?
David Tennant. Yeah, but the Matt Smith storyline, the Amy Rory, that writing and that storyline is my favorite storyline, but David Tennant is my favorite doctor. Matt Smith would be a close second.
Will you share the answer to number 1 on the first exam?
If it was a previous exam, but not the one I'm about to write.
Where'd you go to school?
I went to school at Soquel Elementary School. Mrs. Boone was my kindergarten teacher. It's probably not what you wanted to know, right? You're probably more interested in where I went to college. I went to community college. It was called Cabrillo Community College. It's over on the coast near Santa Cruz, kind of like 15, 20 miles away from UC Santa Cruz, in a place called Aptos. I did my first 3 semesters there, and then I took 2 years off of college to go serve a mission in the Philippines, where I did a wide variety of things. And then I came back. I was off the plane for a week, and my mom had signed me up for my next set of classes, and so fresh off the boat, there I was in my third semester calculus, not having thought about an integral for 2 years. That was, I mean, I thought I had culture shock going and living in the Philippines for 2 years. There's no culture shock like hitting math 6 after not having done math for 2 years. And then I transferred to Brigham Young University, where I got my BS in physics. Continued on, got my master's degree in physics. And on my way to a PhD, I got a JOD right here. So that's what I did.
Was it hard going back to Math 6?
Yeah. Yeah, I thought I was gonna die. Like, I was just like, I'm missing mangoes and Synagogue and all kinds of stuff, and here I am doing three-dimensional integrals. Like, what happened? Green's theorem? I don't know what green is. Like, what word is that in English? Yeah, like it was, the first 6 weeks were rough, but I got back into it. And I'm no genius. Like, I need a lot of help. And you can do it. If you're coming back and you haven't had it for a while, the brain remembers a lot of things. You'd be very, very surprised. Including the trauma of mathematics. Anything else you need to know about me in particular before the weirdness begins? It's already begun. Yeah.
What's the hardest class you've taken in college?
Define hard. Like
Like you're pulling out your hair.
yeah, okay. So like, but am I pulling out my hair because the instructor is a certified idiot? Or am I pulling out my hair because the topic is like pushing me way beyond my limits?
That's it.
The topic? So I would say it was condensed matter physics. Condensed matter physics is a fancy way of saying it's the physics of like molecules and states of matter and stuff like that. It was like this extra class I had to take. It had nothing to do with what I was studying at the time. I have something that is very close to dyslexia, where I have trouble sort of visualizing things in 3D space and flipping a lot of things. Like, you'll see my handwriting's really bad and all kinds of stuff. I get stuff out of order all the time, numbers especially. But in condensed matter physics, it turns out that for some reason, the best way to think about what molecules are doing is to use not standard XYZ coordinates. No. Not cylindrical coordinates. No. Not spherical. No. That's peasant stuff. Right? No. You use inverted coordinate systems. Cylindrical, spherical, Cartesian. In other words, X gets bigger as it goes towards the origin. Y increase. Shannon Doherty Love is the reason I passed that class. She sat right next to me. We were in grad school together. I helped her in the lab. She helped me in that class. Like, just none of it computed. None of it.
You remember any of it now?
No. No. I was just like,
Is the center of the inverted whatever is it infinite?
I don't know anymore. I don't care. Yeah, like, I was like, you're kidding me, right? I don't even know left from right, and you want me to do this.
What about the other category? About the professor?
Oh, about the professor? That was definitely linear algebra. Linear algebra. That teacher was an idiot. Oh my gosh. Talked to the board, treated us like garbage, didn't like the fact that he had to teach us low life form. Just wanted to do his research. I got a C in that class because I just simply stopped going. They're like, why am I going to be in a room with somebody that doesn't care about anything, about us, about the subject? So, did win solo, got a C. Wish I'd done better. Linear algebra is really useful. It's the only book I sold back. I wish I would have kept it. a lot of linear algebra sets. All right, let's do something that everybody wants done to feel comfortable, but doesn't actually need to be done on the first day. Because I am going to do all of it tomorrow. So you have to be in lab tomorrow. Now, one of the best ways to kill the vibe in a classroom on the first day is to go through the syllabus. So we're going to do that tomorrow. Okay? Go to Canvas, read it tonight. I'm not going to go through the whole thing tomorrow. I'm going to hit some highlights, right? But tomorrow's really a great day to get your in-depth questions answered about what the heck's going on. For right now, just so you can leave this class feeling somewhat oriented, we're going to hit just sort of the very top level things that most students I've found just have to know the first day. Like I said, if I don't do this, you guys feel uncomfortable or something like that. We have a textbook. It's online. You pay money for it. Okay? More on that tomorrow, but if you had 4A here or 4C here, it's a good possibility you still have access, and it will carry over. Okay? But again, we'll kind of go over all the things. If you're new here, coming in, you're going to need to get this, okay? And we'll go over the options tomorrow in class. But you are required to pay for this because it's the only way that you can turn in homework. We have not found any good free physics textbooks. Apparently those words don't go together. So just so you know, that is the bill that you're going to pay. Grasp! Oh my gosh! If you didn't come to this last semester, you are going to need it this one. Oh my gosh. Physics 4B is hard. Scale 10 being, oh my gosh, I want to die. 0 being, this is English class, it's easy. What was Physics 4A for you? 7? 3? 5? 12? Right? So, like 4A, I give 4A a solid 6.5. Okay? It's not the worst. I mean, we do things here that are a little bit different that kind of simplify it. We tend in 4A to leave out quite a bit of calculus. We could do a bunch of calculus, but we don't do it because there's not enough time to do it. We save all the calculus for Physics 4B. Starting tomorrow. Okay? Those of you that had 4C. So what was the difference? So talk to us about 4C. Like on the difficult. Was 4C better or worse than 4A? Okay, well, easier or harder? Easier. Yeah, I shouldn't say worse. Okay? I give 4C a solid 4. Like, it's like thermal and optics, and yeah, the modern physics is weird, but it's like, it's not that long, right? And it's just, you're doing a lot of application, which is kind of fun, like, you can see what's going on. Like, 4C is a great class, it's just, after 4A, it doesn't seem as bad, I guess. Overall, individuals vary, but in general, it's kind of like 4B is like a 17. Okay? Once you are done with Physics 4B, anything else is going to seem easy except organic chemistry. Okay? Organic chemistry is the reason I did not become a doctor. Okay? So, it's bad. This class is hard. It is hard. I'm not sugarcoating that. I am not trying to get you to drop. I'm not trying to scare you. I'm just telling you the truth. You will find out tomorrow why it's hard. Okay? The math is hard. The concept is hard. You can't see what you are working with. Okay? There will be a time in this class when we must work in 3 dimensions. We can't cheat. We can't say, oh, it's 3-dimensional, but we'll just do 2D. We'll get to a point where we are having to do 3-dimensional visualization up here. It's hard. But grasp is going to be the way that you're going to survive. Come to grasp. Note, grasp usually was like 8 to 1 or something like that. I'm always there at 7 o'clock in the morning for those of you that are working on Fridays, right? And want to just try to get some help before you get to work or something, right? So my office hour is in Grass. Come to Grass, like seriously. Schedule it in, right? You come in here 9:30 Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Like just come to Grass. It's gonna save your bacon. Do you have to attend? In one sense, no. Right? Like you pay to be here. I'm not gonna, super glue you to the seat or -5 points because you're not in your seat. I'm not gonna do that, right? Do you need to attend in order to survive? Yeah. Yeah, you need help. You need help. In physics. Right?
No.
So right, I need help. We can talk about that too. But being here, not just coming, but being present here is so important. So we'll talk about that. Don't miss. Don't fall into the trap of thinking you can do this on your own. Don't fall into the trap of thinking just because Mr. Bale's recording his lectures, I can just catch it on YouTube after the fact. You will die. There's things that happen in here that don't get recorded and all kinds of stuff that are the key things. You'll find out more about that tomorrow. Here's a template, a suggestion. My question here is, when is your day off? You need one. You need to find one. It's not the day homework's due. Maybe it is. Maybe you're done early or something. Great. Okay? But do try to find a day where you're not doing this class. One day. But what is this slide communicating?
Homework class.
You're doing it. You got it. And your brain with this material needs to be exposed to it, and then you need time for your brain subroutines to be crunching on it. This is not the thing that you can, if you did 4A, the day before you broke the book open and just hit the homework really hard and kind of survived, you can kind of do that in 4A in most things. This 4B it's a marathon. You have to hit every football. And you've got to start early on the material so that your brain just has processing time. I'm not talking about just time to do the homework. I'm talking about grappling with the material. So pace yourself. Even on a day that you need to dedicate to something else, like organic chemistry, right? Even on that day, 20 minutes of physics will just keep your brain and start forming those neural connections and neural pathways that are so necessary for you to be connecting the dots, okay? So really just have a way to get it all to work. I think homework's due on Saturday. I might have to revise this slide. Your homework might be due on Monday. Anyway, I'll look at it. This might have been a copy-paste error from 4A. But you get the idea. It's a weekly kind of thing. There are 4 exams in this class. Were the exams in 4A comprehensive?
Like cumulative?
Cumulative, sure. Sort of, right? I know Dr. Kerfoot doesn't go out of his way to pull stuff from chapter 2 into chapter 7, 8, 9 test, whatever, right? Okay? But do you need chapter 2 to be able to do the yeah! That's what physics does, right? So they're all comprehensive. Now, do you need to remember anything about Newton's laws to survive in this class? You will, because I'll remind you. Okay? Because we're going to deal with forces. But am I going to go back and ask you a question about, a goat sliding down a hill with friction and what's its acceleration? No. Because we've got to deal with fields. Now, the goat might be electrically charged. Find the electric field around the goat. Right? But we're not going to go back. But do you need to know energy? Yeah. Conservation law. Yeah. There's some toolboxes we gave you that I'm going to refresh you. I know. been a summer. Right? Okay? We're going to refresh your minds. Those of you who've had 4C, it's been like eons since you've had 4A, right? So, don't worry. We're gonna brush up on all this stuff, right? But in the context of the class, am I ever going to take a chapter 22 question and put it on the chapter 28? No. But do you need chapter 22 to be able to do chapter 28? Yes. Does that make sense? Okay. So you get 4 exams. There's 4 units. Does anybody know what size page that is? That's 8.5 by 11. For those of you who are still using the imperial unit system, we kicked the British out. We kept their unit system. We told King George where to stick it. And then we kept the unit system. Something about money. All right. What is the scariest number on that screen? 70%? 7? Are you kidding? Changing my major, Mr. Bailey. It is not the most important percentage on the screen, though. What's the most important percentage on the screen? Homework. The 15% on homework is by far and away the most important percentage on that screen, because I designed the homework to be harder than the exam. So if you know the homework, not only how to do it, but why you're doing it the way you're doing it, I expect you to get an A, B, or C on the exam, no problem. That's the goal, right? I'm over preparing you on the homework, so that the homework, the exam is like a kind of a, if there's an easy, medium, and difficult level of homework problems, right? I'm going for that medium difficulty. We'll talk more as we get closer to exams, but just realize, yes, most of your grade is riding on those exams. It's really where I find out if you personally know what's going on. Exams are really the only piece of intellectual property that is yours uniquely in this class. Everything else is group work. From the homework to the labs, quizzes even, right? Like, we're doing it together. So there's a heavy emphasis overall in your grade, but concentrating on that 70% is not really going to get you far. Concentrating on the homework, that's where it's at. And lab reports and quizzes help to buffer a little bit. We'll talk more about that buffer tomorrow. I'm going to show you exactly how to get an A, B, or C in this class. All of which are possible. A is pretty tough. B's are most common. C's are totally possible if you're willing to put in the work. It's basically how all of my classes work. I'd have to go look. Percentage-wise, it's always about 10% of the grade. B's are always hitting like 50%, 40%. A lot of people get B's in my classes. I don't take late homework. I don't. I dropped the 2 lowest homework scores to make up for it. Okay. The reason I don't take late homework is because the key auto posts. You can go check all the and everything. Let me take those off. Does anybody want to summarize in a very short and simple way what my late policy on exams is? Don't miss exams. That's what that says. Okay. Right? Now, if you have to miss an exam for whatever reason, email. Before the exam, email. Right? I made the rule, I can break it. You will get the makeup is always a harder exam. Okay? But I can ignore the 33% penalty for every day afterwards you take it, right? If I kind of know what's going on and I can judge whether or not you've got a great excuse, we can work it out, okay? But seriously, don't miss exam days. Tomorrow you'll see the class schedule. You can see it right now. It's on canvas, but the exam dates are already there. If you or somebody you love is getting married, generally you know what day that is. Check. Okay. Amazing how many people suddenly start getting married around the exam day. But yeah, it's just plan on being there for the exam. They are going to be on the days I've already scheduled unless something horrible happens to me or society or something like that, right? So, yeah. That's my late policy. Okay. You're welcome to eat in here, drink in here. Just don't have any packagings making a huge noise, right? Technology, okay? Please, please, please use your technology in here. I mean, come on, you were born with Wi-Fi. Just use it, right? But use it for physics while you're in here, right? Don't let your technology distract you, right? If you need to, focus modes. Turn off those red bubbles. Do something. I can help you. Be present here in this classroom. The other side of those doors has got an entire universe where you can go social media your brain out or whatever, right? Okay? But in here, I don't want you distracted, and I don't want you distracting somebody else. So I empower you. I plead with you. Police each other. Like if somebody near you is watching YouTubes or something and it's not physics and it's distracting you, let them know. Hey, what you're doing is distracting me. Can you please stop? Or, you know, if they say something rude, tell me, I'll go kill them. Okay? Like, in here, be here. If your time is better served watching YouTube, go outside. Touch grass. No, not. But like, seriously, let's use our tech in here. Take your notes on your tablets or use your laptop or whatever, right? Okay? We're going to be Googling and whatever. ChatGPT is no help right now. Okay? Eventually, it'll get there eventually, right? But yeah, use your tech in here.
I know I emailed you about this. I have an 11 a.m. class, Mondays and Wednesdays. Is it cool if I leave like 10 minutes early?
Come talk to me. We'll figure it out.
Because I have to go like pretty soon.
Yeah. I mean, as long as you don't stand up and dance.
Yeah.
Sucker! No, I mean, I don't take tardies and all that kind of. I do get worried if you disappear. Like if you stop coming for some reason, right? I might send the police after you. Communicate with me. Let me know, right? If you're gonna miss, right? Just so I don't get worried, okay? Or maybe you'll tell me why you're missing, and I will get worried, right? But like, if you disappear on me, I won't drop you. That's on you. I don't generally drop my students. So just communicate with me, let me know what's going on, otherwise I'll start wondering and start trying to figure stuff out. The thing at the bottom, I want you to ask me questions. Like come up to me and ask me, if you think you're like, oh, Mr. Balogh won't answer me, just ask me the question. The one question I will always deflect, the one I will push away is a homework question while we're like between classes, like before or after class, okay? 4A, I teach 4A in this room before you. And in that 10 minutes, I've got to like go to the bathroom, get a snack, reconfigure my brain to go from 4A to 4B, right? And for all the world, it's going to look like I might be goofing off up here, right? Talking to somebody about a video game or right, chatting. You'd be like, oh, he's got some time, I can ask a homework question. I'm psychologically decompressing and trying to get ready for Physics 4B. So if you come up to me in the interim or after class and say, hey, Mr. Beck, I got a homework question, my answer is just going to be a default, hey, email me about it or come to grab, right? Or let's talk about it in lab. It's just homework usually needs more than 30 seconds to figure out, okay? So it's not a great time to be asking me about homework questions at that time. Anything else goes. And I might tell you, I don't have time to do that right now. Email me, I'll fix it, or whatever, right? I want you to ask the question, I want you to get it in, right? But into the queue, so to speak. But a homework question will always get a, not right now, right? Let's work on that. We can get on Zoom, we can do whatever, right? But like, let's not do it right now. All right. This slide does not convey the horrors that await you in this class. Back to our difficulty curves. Okay? The first section, the electrostatic section. 13 out of 10. Okay? I break out the 2x4s and I just start hitting you with them. Okay? It starts tomorrow. The calculus is real. I'm going to teach you what it means to integrate tomorrow. You think you know. You know. And I'm going to show you the light. The way the math teachers would never show you. And I'm going to get several of you coming up to me after this week going, why didn't they teach us this way in math? Amen. Circuits, like a 3. Okay? Magnetism, 25. It's off the charts. There will be cross products in integrals in 3 dimensions. You'll make it. You'll make it. It'll be okay. It'll be all right. And then electrodynamics, even though it's got the word dynamics in it, it's like a 4. So this class is a roller coaster ride of difficulty. Okay? It is heartbreakingly difficult twice, and then the other 2 times you're kind of like, the other 2 units you're like, I must be doing this wrong because it's too easy. Okay? What are circuits and electrodynamics for? Boosting your grades. Because guess what's going to happen on these 2 sections? Okay? I'm not kidding when I say the average is like a 57% on the first exam. Okay? But then it turns around, it's like an 82 to 85 on the second one. Right? Like it's just, this is one of those classes you have to hold on for the complete ride. Okay? 4A had this sort of, it was hard, and then like the 2 middle units are pretty hard, and then the last one sort of tails off, and this is as hard. This one is, it's really weird. It's just, it's the way it's taught. It's the subject matter. There's a lot going in there that makes this stuff just hard. And so I want you to keep that in mind, right? When you're sitting there tomorrow on this problem I'm going to give you, and you're like, I'm dead. I'm dead. What you feel right there, everybody is feeling. Okay? It's not you. It's the material. And I don't know, I haven't done enough for you to earn trust in me. So take this as you will, right? I am on your side. It is you and me versus physics. Okay? It is not me and physics versus you. Right? And we're gonna survive this together. You've been through 4A. Okay? You're a survivor. You can do this. I know you can. And the way I know that you can is because I've seen thousands of you do it before. I've been here a long time. This is my 24th year of teaching. Okay? And I've shepherded thousands of students through just this course alone. And so when I say that you can do it, I know that you can do it. I will see you tomorrow. Come to the lab you are assigned, or come to the lab you're trying to get into. I'll say it that way. And we'll take care of all the add drops and answer all of your questions.